Today we're going to make these adorable candles that are stamped, and today we have our friend Wendy from Stamp Trendy with Wendy with us. Let's get started.
Hi, this is Wendy. We are going to be using the Carols of Christmas stamp set from Stampin' Up! Today to stamp on our candles. The first thing that you're going to want to do is choose your candle, and there are several different options. The one that I've chosen to work with today is a pre-lit candle that has a thin layer of wax on the outside, which is kind of nice because it will light up when you're done, so it's going to look beautiful. So the first thing I did was I cut my tissue paper to the width of the candle, and then we'll set the candle aside and put our tissue down. You want to go ahead and ink up your stamp just like you would if you were stamping on paper. Get it nice and inked up and stamp that where you want it on your tissue paper. We'll set that aside. We're going to add some snowflakes. And the snowflake stamps I'm using actually came from the Christmas paper pumpkin. So I'm certain some of you are familiar with paper pumpkin. So we'll add some snowflakes. Now I've noticed something that I did that I'm not happy with, but we can fix it. So before we melt this onto our candle, we do need to trim the image down, and we're basically going to fussy cut. So most of us scrapbookers out there know all about this. And if you can see, I've got a little bit of a blue line where I pushed a little too hard. We're actually going to just cut that off. We'll work our way around these snowflakes. So you just want to trim your image down a little bit smaller than what you started. We are still going to use these snowflakes that I stamped. Remember, there are no mistakes in crafting, just opportunities for fixes. So we're going to fix this. I can get my scissors to cut this thin tissue paper. All right, so we've got our pieces. We'll move that off to the side. The next step is to lay them on your candle about where you want them to be. We're going to make room for these little snowflakes that we're going to add on. We'll never know that I even cut that apart. You're also going to need a strip of wax paper to go over the top of your tissue. This is used when you heat the candle up. You want to cut your wax paper about the width of your candle, just like we did the tissue paper, and you'll wrap it over the top, and you'll just want to hold that tight. Now, I've tried this with different wax papers. The best is Cutex. It's in the blue and red box. I've tried the dollar store stuff. It does not work as well, so I do recommend that you go with the nicer tissue paper. So now we're done using our embossing gun. Just some tips when you do emboss: you want to make sure that you don't get the candle too hot. It will melt, the wax will run. If it does, you can gently smooth it out with your finger. You know, you are going to run the risk of maybe getting a little warm finger from it. I haven't burnt myself yet, so I think you'll be okay. But you want to just kind of smooth out any imperfections, and then just gently peel off your wax paper, and there's your candle. So I do see where I got a little too hot right here, and it did get a little runny. We can fix that by putting the wax paper back on the candle, heating it up a little bit, and smoothing it out with your finger. So your options really are limitless with these candles. Christmas, of course, is a great time for gift giving, but you can also use this idea for birthday gifts. I've shown some different options with some of the products that Stampin' Up! Does offer. If you're interested interested in any of the products you see here today, you can find me on my Facebook page at Stamp Trendy with Wendy. But before I go, I did want to give you just one more tip. When you do your stamping, you can also color in your image. So this reindeer that I have here ready to go and stamp, I can actually just take my marker. It does not have to be any special alcohol base, water base. It doesn't matter what type of marker. You just color in your image however you want, and when you're done, melt it onto the candle and it will look absolutely stunning.
Hope you enjoyed our video today. Be sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel for the 12 Crafts of Christmas.